Hello beautifuls, welcome to Tarot by the Moon. Welcome to my channel. Any new subscribers or new viewers out there, this is Tarot by the Moon. This is an intuitive collective tarot read. All signs are welcome. Anytime that you look at this video will probably be the right time for you. Having said that, the way we go about it is sort of bite by bite. As the moon phases come around, we try and look at life through the lens of that. Also, it's a spread of the four elements, air, water, fire and earth. Air representing our thoughts and mental processes, water representing our feelings and emotions, fire representing our creativity and our willpower, and earth is like actually what we're manifesting in a day-to-day on 3D level. Okay, I hope that kind of makes sense. Please hit me up with any comments, questions or queries or discussions in the comment box below. I'd absolutely love to hear any and all feedback from my beautiful people. This channel's been going, I think it was around about July that I started this channel, so it's still a fairly new thing. I'm still sort of tweaking it and learning as I'm going along about what works and what doesn't on the channel. I've had a lot of fantastic response from you guys. I love getting messages of any description from you guys, but the best way to do it is actually to leave me comments in the box below, because that'll actually help me to grow this channel. You can get in touch with me very easily just by liking my Facebook page and following the prompts there. My email address is on there. I've got two fabulous canine buddies in the background. Mr. Murray's just there, he's having a look at what I'm doing, guarding me through the window there. Yeah, so this is the first one of the new year, so happy new year. I think it is anyway. Happy new year. I intended to do one soon and it didn't happen, but I'm here now, so it must be the right time. And I believe we're just over halfway through the moon now, waxing moon. So we're just coming through that week of having to push through our obstacles. We set our intentions at the beginning of the year with the new moon, and we're just coming through a phase of having to push through all of those obstacles to obtain our goals. Capricorn energy still very, very strong. All about building, all about practicality, all about looking at what works and just doing more of what works. That's the energy I've been feeling anyway during the Capricorn season. Is like, don't worry too much about all the little details. Just look at what's working and keep doing a bit of that and keep doing a bit more of that. Very, very practical, as I say, very down to earth. Also, there is a depth there, that old sea goat energy. It does tend to plunge into the depths sometimes. But when it comes back up literally with, this is working, this isn't working. And just like those goats, I was watching a documentary the other night, popped up on my YouTube about goats actually, about the ibex I believe it was. And it was like they've got this incredible skill for being able to, they go up so far, and apply this to Capricorn energy, which is the energy we've been in. And if they feel like they can't go up any further and they have to come back down, they can turn so quickly. It's like so quickly how they can turn. And I thought that there was something in that energy that I was feeling for the Capricorn season, which is, well, I can't go any further than this now. This is as far as I can go. I'm going to have to go back down for a bit. That's okay. They don't deliberate, they don't procrastinate, they just accept it. They just make their way down and then find another area where they can get back up. And I was loving that. And I was feeling that for all of us here in the collective. But I feel like I'm not 100% sure, but I think today might be the day that we switch to Aquarius energy, or we're just on the cusp of coming to Aquarius. I love Aquarius. I've got my own moon in Aquarius. So I've got a lot of Aquarius energy myself. Also, we're in the age of Aquarius, so we're all loving Aquarius. Let's make this new age a good one. Let's create it ourselves. Let's have, it's the sign of the visionary, the sign of the eccentric and all of those things. So let's let's do it. Let's like really push the envelope. Let's like really stretch what can be done. Okay. Taking the Capricorn side of it, that sort of very steadfast, practical, grounded energy, but also like pushing at what's possible, and expressing ourselves freely with that as well. I want to say we're coming closer next week. We're coming to a full moon. Hopefully I'll get a reading done for that one. I'm pretty sure I will. That's going to be a full moon in Cancer. So that's going to be a real emotional moon. It's also known as a wolf moon. We'll talk more about that next week. I feel quite excited about next week's full moon. I feel like it could be quite dramatic. I feel like there could be a lot of changes, a lot of letting go, a lot of release. And that will bring a fair amount of drama for sure. But I'm embracing it. I'm welcoming it. Okay. And I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys are hanging in there. Like I say, I meant to pop in before now, but as some of you may already know, I've lost another very dear friend of mine. Very, very dear friend of mine. Wearing a CND badge in honour of him, actually. Actually gave me this many years ago. Something very dear to his heart, something that he was very heavily involved in. He was a lifelong activist. It's a legend. I could talk a whole show about this gentleman, a real gent in my life. And yeah, I mean, we did know that his time was coming close, so it wasn't such a shock. But nevertheless, yeah, another good one. Not with us in this life, but simply a change of worlds. Let's not forget that. Saw a fantastic quote by, I think it was Rumi the other day. Some of you might have seen it. I posted it on social media. And it was about the body being a garment, okay? The body is just a garment for the spirit. And I thought, exactly, the body is just the garment for the spirit. Do not seek the coat, seek the wearer. And to me, that said everything that we needed to know about losing people. That we can't really lose them, can we? You've lost the coat, you haven't lost the wearer, you know. That they're there, they're on that other side of life, that they're having a wonderful adventure on the other side of life. And I know the friend that I'm particularly thinking about right now, he would have been all open-minded for that. He was a very spiritual being. Himself, so hard not to smile in a way. I mean, we feel sad because we miss that person and we're unsure, and many of us feel unsure because we've been indoctrinated with 2,000 years of Christian history, which has made us fear death, etc., etc. Could do a whole show just about that subject alone. But what I know in my heart is that it is simply, as Chief Seattle once said, a change of worlds, okay? And we're to be happy. We're to actually rejoice. We're to actually rejoice that that person has gone on their final journey and celebrate their life, okay, and hold their memory close to our hearts. And that love never, ever, ever, ever goes away. I just want to share that. I feel like I need to share that because I know maybe a lot of us have that. You know, maybe I'm not the only one who's had to face these sorts of things. I know a few of us have had to face terrible tragedies and lose people that we love dearly, well before their time. Very unfair circumstances sometimes. So I just wanted to share my thoughts and feelings about all of that with you guys, okay? Try to be as open as I can here at Tarot by the Moon. I really feel like I want to bring a professional tarot reading, but I also want to give you a part of my journey, which is a part of your journey, especially you people who are following my channel. We're all in a weave together. We're all in life's rich tapestry, a weave together. And if I can't open up and share those things with you guys, you know, it doesn't say a lot about what I'm doing here at Tarot by the Moon, does it? Okay, I'm just going to move that candle out of the way. As pretty as it is, it's right in my way. Just going to call in the highest vibration of love and only love here at Tarot by the Moon, which is what we always do before we go in with this reading. The highest vibration of love and only love. for ourselves, for the planet, for everyone in my soul tribe, for everyone connected to anyone in my soul tribe, radical compassion, even for people who are winding us up. I mean everyone, radical compassion is the only way to change things. Peace, okay, respect, highest vibration for all the plants, the animals, all of the creatures, all of the life in other dimensions that we don't even understand. Okay, I'm calling in only love and only the highest vibration of love. That's how we roll here at Tarot by the Moon. That's how we filter everything, okay? Let's go in, my darlings. I'm feeling quite a strong energy today. We're going to go in with these beauties. Now, I have been given a fantastic set of tarot cards at Christmas time by somebody very lovely. Okay, these bad boys here. Okay, it's the Shaman Oracle, the Shaman Tarot. The Shaman Tarot. It's fantastic. I'm spending some time with it because it's not your ordinary. It's not your basic. It's quite diverse. It's quite special. So I'm spending a bit of time with it before I bring it to the channel, okay? And I'm sure that people who've kindly sent me there will understand where I'm coming from, because they've been looking at it themselves and they know it ain't your bog standard tarot. Not that there's anything bog standard about any tarot, I suppose. But I'm just giving it an acknowledgement there, and just to let you know, I am working with it. I have been looking at it regularly as I can. I'd like to look at it more regularly, but you know, that's me for you. I'd like to be just doing this constantly, to be honest with you, is how much I love reading tarot. So as well as giving people personal readings, which I do, and you can all hit me up for personal reading anytime you like, really. I also got to find time to do the channel. Also got to find time to study the new tarot decks and keep studying the old ones, because I'm always just constant things to be learning, as well as just, you know, life, you know. But if it was up to me, I'd be doing this 24 hours a day, honestly. So there we go, my love. So we're going in. All right. The Star. Haven't seen that for energy for a while. This is in our thoughts. This is in our thought processes. I love that image. Look at that. Oh, my camera's showing it to you nice and clearly. Okay. The Star energy. Absorb that for a minute. This is coming up in our area of air, our thought processes, how we're actually doing in those areas. I love the Star energy. It's a major arcana energy. It's literally about wanting to put yourself out there, all right? Making an affirmation so strong. It's like literally people say, oh, it's wishing on a star. It is literally that, but there's so much more to it than that as well. It's like literally reaching for something that maybe other people might be thinking, that's beyond, that's not possible, that's not going to happen, that's, you know, you got your head in the clouds, you're asking too much, and it's not. It's how are we gonna, I want to say, what's that song, Captain Sensible, when we were kids, you've got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how are you gonna have a dream come true? That's the energy that I'm getting, and I've got a cold shiver there now at my arm as I've said that. Happy talk. If you don't aspire, if you don't aim for the stars, we're never going to achieve that, okay? So never let others tell us what we can and can't aspire to, is what I'm saying. It's about aspiration. Sometimes it's about putting yourself out there as well. It's about making yourself the star. It's about not shying away from the spotlight, okay? But I really feel like that's such a positive thing. And I feel like that's what we're doing. We're not allowing negative energy, naysayers, haters, you know, all the doubting Thomas sort of energy out there bring us down. We're saying, do you know what, planet Earth? Do you know what, humanity? we can reach that goal. We can reach that seemingly impossible goal. It's not impossible at all. It's totally possible. But we're only going to reach it if we really reach for it, if we really put our energy out there towards it, if we really believe in it, okay? For somebody here in particular, I feel like there is a huge opportunity coming in. That's, why are they showing me this a minute? 1, 2, just bear with me a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. Never done this before. They asked me to count the amount of stars that are on there. Now, this is a major arcana card, so it's got nothing to do with the numbers, okay? As in the suits of cards will have numbers, yeah. They're showing me the 6 stars. 6 is a number of love. It's the first thing that's come into my head. Somebody's made a wish here. A love wish, okay, a romantic sort of wish. Somebody watching this channel, somebody in my soul tribe. That's coming in for you, my darlings. But it's only going to come in for you if you... right, it's only going to come in for you. Bear with me a minute, I'm getting this. It's only going to come in for you if you let it go. Now, I know that sounds contradictory to what I've just said. So you've put it out there, you've made the wish, okay? You've fallen in love with somebody and you've made the wish, okay? But you're pushing it away at the same time. There's this push-pull energy I'm getting you, I'm being shown. So it's like, now you're going, they're not interested in me. They're not bothered. They're not looking. They're not getting in touch with me. They're not interested in me. They're not looking at me. They're not coming towards me. And because you're continuously doing that, it's actually pushing them further away from you. That's the reality now. Because you're saying they're not coming, they're never coming, they're never coming. Well, they're never coming. Well, they're never in touch with me. They're not. It's you doing that to yourself, because this is much a lesson in how energy works, actually, as it is in actually manifesting somebody to love. But somebody is actually manifesting somebody to love you, is what I'm seeing. That wish, that love can come in. It could come in easily, but it's only going to come in when you learn. You've put it out there, and now you've got to let it go. Leave it on the altar and walk away, as they say. Yeah, you've heard me say this before. You've heard me recommend to you the affirmations of Florence Scovel Shinn and things like that. Practice those sorts of affirmations. It'll come in so much quicker, all right? As long as that's what you still want, you're sure in your heart you still want. But on a global, on a communal level, I feel like this is really strong and really powerful, because how are we going to create this new word? Oh, also Aquarius. This card is associated with Aquarius, I've just been reminded. And didn't we just say we're at the cusp of coming into Aquarius season, so what more perfect energy could we have? Of course, sorry I didn't get the guys reminding me, don't, because I was just about to move on from this guy, and they've gone, no, you didn't say Aquarius, okay? So we're just about to start Aquarius season. In fact, we might just be starting it right now. We might be in the cusp of it right now, from Capricorn to Aquarius. Like I said at the beginning, let's make this new world happen. Let's make it fantastic, because that's what Aquarius is all about. Aquarius is all about like things that we haven't even imagined yet. You've got to go beyond the imagination. It's so visionary. It's so out there. Okay, so dream big. So I mean this on a global sense. I mean this on a communal sense. It's like we're co-creating this world we're living in. It's halfway through January now. We're halfway through the full moon, so we're pushing through our obstacles. So let's co-create it as fantastic as we possibly can imagine. Okay, because if we create it as fantastically as we possibly can imagine, and we put that out there and we really believe in it, then what's beyond our imagination right now is going to come in a lot quicker. But now is not the time to hang back on dreaming big. Now is not the time to hang back on imagining a world that, like, other people, if you spoke it out loud, how fantastic the world could possibly be, and humanity could possibly be, and life could possibly be, other people would just say, you know, you're nuts, whatever, that's just over the top. But it's not. Right now it's not with this energy, and not with Aquarius season starting, of course I see that now. So keep pushing that, keep dreaming the wonderful dreams, make it as weird and wonderful as you possibly can. Make it over the top with positivity. make it over the top with love and joy, because it is possible, and we're only going to push beyond that envelope once we get to that envelope. I hope this makes sense. I feel like there's such a lot of energy coming up here today, such a lot. I genuinely do. Ooh, going to move on to the Four Cups. Now, Four Cups, there's a few different ways we can interpret that. This is coming up in our area of emotions. It's an emotional suit, the Cups, okay? So this is in our feels, this is the way we're feeling, and this is what our emotions have got to say about all this. Our emotions, it's a bit of a contrast, actually. Yeah? So in our heads, we're like, we've got all this vision, we've got all this imagination for how fantastic life in the world and humanity can heal and be, okay? And moving forward into New Age of Aquarius, next eon of humanity or whatever. But the Four Cups is quite meh. It's a little bit, and that's what I'm getting here. In our feels, we're finding that difficult to line that up. Our thoughts and our feelings, our head and our heart, trying to get that to work together as one. There's a bit too much of a contrast between, and I mean, it's no wonder, because we're looking around at the world we're actually in the 3D, yeah? And we're going, Tash, is far from there. It's so far from it. You can hear Mr. Milo in the background. He's scratching his back on the other bed in there. Comical boy. Mr. Milo! Come on. Good boy. Yeah, so you're thinking, well, Tash, what we're feeling is far. All right, my boy, come here. Come on, bugger. It's far from the star energy right now. What we're feeling is a little bit of lack. What we're feeling is unsupported, to be honest with you. Mr. Milo, he's agreeing with us. There's a feeling of not being supported by the universe. There's a feeling of being left out. But I want to say, we feel like that, but we know different, okay? But we know different. Tune into what you know right now. Let's go with the positive and tune into what we know. What we also know is that we can listen to our heart and trust our knowing. Can you believe that that is the actual mantra on the card? Listen to our heart and trust our knowing. I don't pay much attention to these mantras generally when I use these cards, if you know what I mean. But dead Andy right there. Trust your knowing. Exactly. So what we know is this. We know all things are possible. We know the dreamiest dream ever. The most far out dream for humanity ever is absolutely possible. We know that love that you've wished upon is possible, okay? But you're not feeling it. And this applies for whoever that is as well. But you're not feeling it. You're not feeling it. But that's okay, because you don't need to be feeling it right now. That'll come when your heart and mind start working closer together. That'll come. But you can trust that you know it. You can trust that you know it, my loves, and that'll bring it on a lot quicker, okay? Mr. Milo, come on, bugger. Okay. It's funny. Right. Oh, here's Mr. Murray. Here's Mr. Murray. There he is. Look at how photogenic and beautiful he is. Mr. Milo. Right. He's so distracted. Come here. He's looking at me, but he won't come close. He's a little bit jealous that Mary's got in a little bit quicker than him. Come on. Good boy. Come on then. In the area of fire, we've got beautiful Queen of Cups. Right. There she is. Beautiful Queen of Cups. Now, what I'm getting straight away is Queen of Cups on a good day, alright, is as powerful as a High Priestess. High Priestess, all about our spiritual side, okay? It's all about our intuition. It's all about wisdom. It's all about synthesis with the universe. It's all about synthesis with spirit. It's about vision. Again, vision keeps coming in. It's about being able to see beyond the physical, the 3D, the everyday, the average. Whether that's in your mind's eye, whatever way you do it in your spiritual work, it doesn't really matter. You know, whatever you do, that's about expanding that. So this is where our creativity is. This is our fire. This is our passion. This is our solar plexus. This is our will to get things done. And I'm feeling a real spiritual, deep energy coming from there, from each of you, from our collective, and generally. It feels like, I'm sorry, I've just got to go and get this dog a minute. He's too minute. Mr. Milo. Here he is. He just wanted some attention. Okay. Here's Mr. Milo and Mr. Murray. This is... Oh, okay. I'm going to put him down now. Behave yourself. He's got a few attention sort of habits. Okay. Right, okay. Spirituality, that's what we were talking about. So any practices that we have, any practices at all that you're doing that are enriching you spiritually, whether it's learning tarot cards, whether it's meditating, whether it's healing, anything at all of that nature, all right? And I mean, that could be anything as well, because that could be like learning to cook, that could be learning to weld, that could be like learning to, I don't know, fix a car. Anything can become a spiritual practice. Anything can be, you know, what Zen and motorcycle repair, and anything can be Zen. Anything can take you in, anything at all that is taking you personally into that zone that you're learning about. Now is an awesome time to expand into that energy. And I feel like collectively that's something that's happening too. And maybe, I don't know why it's just popped into my head now. I had no idea that was going to pop in there. You know, maybe during the last couple of years with the lockdowns and people having to be at home and people having to spend time on their own and everything as well. How, you know, there's an awful lot of people out there, myself included, and a lot of people that I'm friends with included, that have been doing that. People have been doing more art, people have been making YouTube channels, people have been learning to bake bread, you know what I'm saying? And all of that collectively together, that is expanding the, you know, because they say we're coming for a renaissance period, another renaissance of music and art and, you know, all of those wonderful things that make life bearable, the things that make humanity, you know, things that enrich culture, because culture's falling apart around us, but we're rebuilding it in the same breath. And when you think about it, all those people around the world sort of having more time to do all those sorts of things, it's bound to have expanded the energy of the whole collectively. I hope this makes sense. It's the first time this has popped into my head out, and how, I mean, I've thought about how we're all people are doing more painting or whatever, but how it relates to it's expanding. Yeah, it's expanding the vision. That's what I mean, Sean. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Thank you. Let me just take a moment. Okay, because that's what they're showing me very clearly now. Okay. The spiral. Now, a few videos ago, I explained to you guys about the spiral and how it expands. Okay. And they're just showing me that again. So all of our individual efforts to enrich ourselves creatively, spiritually and artistically have actually helped us to expand the spiral of evolution for the whole of humanity. And that's nothing but positive energy there. Nothing but positive energy. Even if you've learned, you know, how to, I don't know, sing death metal, it's still nothing but positive energy because it's still cathartic, you're still getting it out. Okay, that's still healing. That's still healing the planet, healing humanity, pushing humanity forward. You know, like I say, it doesn't really matter what it is, as long as you're getting that buzz out of it. I nearly said bud. This is how spirit works. And today, they're working with me in such strange ways. I've been on the tarot this morning. I've done a few personal readings for people already, so I'm well oiled. Let's just put it like that. I almost said bud, just as my eyes lighted on that beautiful bud there, and I've never really noticed or been shown that before in the reads either. It's a bud, okay? It's not open yet. It's about to open. Why are they showing me this? Okay, so this energy that we've been building, all of these new skills we've been learning, all of us deepening our spirituality during the lockdown, during the extra time we've had, during the time of solitude we've had, all of those things that we've been doing has added to the spiral of creation, has added to the spiral of evolution. It's still a bud. The age of Aquarius. I see it now. The age of Aquarius is still a bud. It's still a little tender bud, okay? It hasn't grown into this yet. It's going to grow into that, though. It's going to grow into more than that, I feel. I feel like this is perhaps what we've achieved in the past. It's just your standard sized lotus. But what we're going to achieve in the future is going to, dominate more space, for the better, within our hearts, within the Earth Soul Star chakra. I'm seeing all of that right now. This is a really intense download, you guys. Bear with me. Feeling emotional as well. Okay, what I'm being shown is the actual planet. I just got to give it you as I'm getting it. All right. I love this stuff. They're showing me the actual planet, and they're showing me like now some of you will know what a Merkaba is. It's like an energy shape, let's call it a star, soul star. It's the easiest thing to call it. It's a structure of light above the planet that is pouring down and around the planet, okay? Each one of us is connected to it, and each one of us is expanding our own soul star. It's almost like a fractal pattern. You know when you see one of those paisley patterns and it's got the big paisley and then the little paisley's fractaling off it? It's kind of like that, but it's the whole planet, the soul star of the planet above it. So almost like the Earth's actual crown chakra, if you can imagine that. I hope I'm making sense. I've just got to let it come out wherever it's coming out, my loves. So please bear with me. But then that each of us also has this light structure above our heads, a soul star. And that all of these skills we've been learning during the lockdown, all of these artistic, creative, spiritual practices that we've been deepening during the lockdown times in the last couple of years have fed our soul stars, so that have expanded our aura, that have expanded our energy, okay, that has evolved us, and each one of us is adding to evolve and shift the whole of Gaia. It's a really beautiful vision. I only wish that I was more artistic, as in brush and canvas. I'm artistic in all sorts of ways, but brush and canvas, I've not really tried, to be honest with you, but what I'm seeing is it's an expansion of energy that we're all a part of. It's an expansion of energy that we're all a part of. It's not to be feared. A lot of people are waking up. A lot of people are getting a little bit freaked out, I want to say as well, because maybe they're having spiritual awakening. They're suddenly realising how psychic they really are. They're suddenly realising that they can talk to dead people, or that they can interpret dreams, or that they can remember a past life, and things that perhaps before you would have been freaked out about, and maybe still a little bit freaked out by them. But I'm being shown you, and I'm being pushed to say it. You're not to be frightened. If any of those things is happening to any of you beautifuls watching this channel or in my soul tribe, you're not to be frightened or alarmed by it. It's perfectly natural. It's a part of evolution. It's a part of humanity waking up. It's a part of us freeing shackles of the past and waking up and seeing what we're really and truly capable of. We're multi-dimensional beings. We only got a small idea of what we're truly capable of, all right? Healing, things like that, okay? You're not crazy is what I want to say. You're absolutely not crazy. So do open up, do talk to somebody, do have confidence in yourself is what I want to say, okay? Because if you're experiencing any of those sorts of things, then something's going very right, not very wrong, all right? I just want to reassure there's somebody out there going, oh, I'm so glad you said that, because I've been well freaked out that this has been happening or that has been happening. And like I've said this for donkey's years, and I've said it on my podcasts and things like that in the past as well, and many of my friends have heard me say this over many years. The word supernatural to me is why we use that word supernatural. It's not supernatural, it's natural. It's just that we don't understand it, or we've been taught not to understand. We've been taught to fear it, okay? It's not supernatural. It's very, very natural to be able to heal each other, to be able to understand each other, to be able to read energy, etc., etc., okay? That's very important to come up. I didn't expect that to come up. I never know what to expect to come up whenever I do any kind of a reading. That's part of what makes it so much fun and why I love it so much. But that is what's coming up, my darlings. Okay, 9 of Cups in the area of Earth. Brilliant. Again, nice positive energy. This is all about literally what we've been talking about in many ways, doing the work, making the improvements, making the adjustments, making things happen, okay? Bringing the flow of life back, not just for ourselves in our individual life, but for the whole planet and the whole of humanity. But isn't that what I've said to you guys all along, and isn't that what we understand here at Tarot by the Moon as well? Is what we do on the microcosm affects the macrocosm, okay? It might seem like a small thing. You might feel like your life is insignificant and that you've only done a small thing, a small service, or a small change, or a small thing that you've learned. But it's not, because what you've healed on the microcosm, you've healed in the macrocosm, okay? It's... I wish I could explain it better, and I hope this message is landing with some of you guys. I really feel like you need to hear it, because I feel like some people are getting to feel this, feeling this, but the reality of what we know is this, okay? And what we're putting out there in our passions is this, okay? Full of knowing, full of understanding, full of compassion and wisdom. And we're continuing to do that. That's what's manifesting on the earth plane. That's the actual manifestation of it in the 9 of Cups. You only get one more cup for total fulfillment, and we're holding space for that one more to come in. So when you consider the last couple of years that the planet has gone through, the humanity has gone through, and each of us in this collective, or anyone watching this on a soul level has been through, on your long dark nights of the soul, that's incredible that we've come to a 9 of Cups now, that we're manifesting a 9 of Cups, that we're able to trust that all things are a part of one whole, that we don't exactly know how that is or how that works, but we're not meant to. We're loving the mystery as well. We're loving that, okay? This energy today, I feel, is a lot about flow. And I say flow like that because it's flow versus fight, okay? If you're finding you're having to fight with yourself to get a spiritual practice done, and I've said this to you guys months ago, but it's coming back up now for review. If you fight, if you've got to fight with yourself to do your yoga, no. If you've got to fight with yourself to, have a conversation with somebody, no. If you've got to fight, no. No to the fighting, okay? Because this is it. It comes down to a micro level. It really does. We've got to find the flow. That's how we're going to heal the world. It's not good fighting over whatever it is. If that energy of resistance is there, you've got to drop back. You've got to drop out of that, and you've got to find something that makes you feel peaceful. Get back in the flow, get back in the positive energy, and then try and do your yoga. Then try and have that conversation with somebody or whatever it is that you need to do. Now, I know that isn't totally practical, applicable 24 hours a day at the moment, in the current way we live in this world, but it's getting a lot better. It's getting an awful lot better, and that 9 of Cups shows me that undeniably. I'm just going to bring in an angel message and see how we can interpret that in the read on top of everything. I feel really positive. I feel really joyous straight away. One's come out. I knew they wanted to talk to us. It's getting to know each other. as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens, okay? So this could be for somebody literally trying to manifest love. Get to know that person, open up, all right? What else came out with it? Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Now, when we apply that to the collective and what we've just been talking about there, we are getting to know each other. We're getting to know each other on a new level, because none of us are the same people that we were a year ago, 2 years ago. That would have been true in any case. But now, oh my goodness, it's so true. On top of the fact that we've just, you know, in our lifetimes, we've gone through a millennium, we've gone into a new age of Aquarius, okay? So it's about getting to know each other again. It's about trying to understand humanity and how humanity ticks from where we are now, not from where we were in our Christian conditioning or in our trapped mindsets, okay? From where we are now, from what we know now, we didn't know before, okay? From what we know now, getting to know each other. I think that's beautiful, my loves. I'm going to leave you there, okay? I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm going to come back in and do another read for you guys soon. I hope this has landed with you all. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. There you go as well. Apply that to your awakening abilities and your awakening sensations, okay? It's real. You're not mad. It's real, okay? I'm here. I'd love to hear from you. Like I always say, hit like, hit subscribe. My dogs are going to bark in a minute. Okay. There's the front door. Hit likes, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment. Get in touch with me in any way you can. I absolutely love to hear from all of you. We can chat about any of this stuff that you're awakening to, any of this stuff that's coming up. I would absolutely love that. And enjoy this next portion of the moon leading up to the full moon. Okay. Nothing but love, nothing but light. Love you guys.